Hari Om, Padma, Saru, thank you so much for that. Swami Ji has joined us. Hari Om, Swami Ji.
Hari Om, Swami Ji.
And it's exactly 7:59 now, so we'll ask Swami Ji to resume his discourse on Rama Gita.
Hari Om, Swami Ji.
आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः मंगलम कौसलेन्द्राय महनीय गुणाब्धये चक्रवर्ती तनुजाय सार्वभौमाय मंगलम सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Shorter version of yesterday's long prayer. In this Rama Gita, the topic is Atma Jnanam only. But then this is in the form of conversation between Sri Rama and Lakshmana. When we saw in the last session, Bhagavan Shankara is narrating the instance to Parvati. And in that context, the discussion between Lakshmana and Rama, when Rama had already sent Sita to ashrama of Valmiki. Little disturbed by that, Lakshmana also wanting to find out, while Rama in solitude, about the higher truths of life. Rama, after having sent Sita, did not live like a king, though fulfilling the duties of the king. He lived as a sannyasin, leaving all aside, all the comforts and conveniences of being a royal king. He lived a very simple life. And one fine day, Sumitra Putraha he asked this question about a king who apparently did not do correct judgment of things. So he was cursed to become a chameleon. And what is the relationship with that, with the story? The story with this teaching is Bhagavat Ashrayam Vina Dharma Paripalanam Na Shashvatam Na Sreshtam Api. Without the devotion to God, even righteous action is limited only, and it does not give higher benefits. In world, you might have seen people, when you ask them, are you religious? Are you spiritual? He will say, no, I'm just a good person. I just do good things. I'll do the right things. No doubt, that is also nice, better than being a crooked or a criminal or bad person. But even the goodness of a person should result in godliness. Good to God. One O should go away. Without that, it is incomplete. And in the course of that discussion, Sumitra Putra asked the question, Pranamya Bhaktya Vanayan Vito Abravit Tom Shuddha Bodhosi, in fourth verse, Sarvadehinam Atma Asi, Adhisha Asi, Swayam Nirakritihi, Jnana Drisham He Mahamate Pratiyase. Jnani Purushaha Tvam Jnana Drishtya Pashyanti Na Chakshu Drishtya. Not by these very physical eyes who can be seen. Pashyanti Jnana Chakshushaha Na Moodaha Pashyanti Jnaninaha Eva Pashyanti. Only men of knowledge can see you, because by nature you are Nirakriti. Therefore, I want that Jnana Drishti, to see the real you. What I'm seeing you now is only my brother. And why this is? Because I, as a brother, I look at you, I think what you did was wrong. Sending away Sita, that drishti, if I look at it, I start judging. What? Ek theek nahi kiya unhone. Ram theek nahi kiya. Many people have this notion, Ram did not do the right thing, Dasharatha did not do the right thing, ityadi. Because dharma is relative only, it's not absolute. Absolute is only one. There cannot be anything else is absolute. Satyam eva ekam. Ekam satyam. Tadeva sreshtam. That's anyat sarvam alpame. Other things are all relative and tucham, alpam, insignificant. So dharma paripalanam also should be understood as only at the relative plane. So therefore here, aham prapanna asmi, I salute to you, surrender to you. Aham prapannosmi padambujam prabho, bhava pavargam tava yogi bhavitam, yada anjasa jnanam. What happened? My camera suddenly stopped without asking me. ये क्या बात है? Okay. Yada anjasa jnanam Aparavaridim sukam tarishyami tadanushasi shadimam. Anushadi, please teach me, Mom. Yada anjasa ajnana param ajnana aparavaridim. Ajnanam aparavaridim. Avidya has no beginning. And therefore, this avidya ajnan is apar. पार करने का बहुत कठिन है. अपार, boundless, shoreless. Varidhim. Vari means varayadi trisham iti vari. What is vari? Water. And what is the purpose of water? To remove thirst. Varidhi means collection of huge water. This ocean of samsara, like a huge collection of water, is difficult to cross over. And how do I cross over easily? Anjasa. Anything that we want to do, the first thing was, is it the easy way out? What is the easy way out of the problem? That's what we look for first. Arre, kya ho raha hai? This is continuously disturbed by itself. My camera is, I have no idea why. So anything that we do, first thing is it the easy way out to do things? What's something wrong in this? Let me check 1 minute. I have no idea why the thing is constantly. If camera goes away, don't worry. You don't need to tell me, see me, because you've seen me. So why do you need? So we always want a quick solution, quick way out. One young one guy asked me this question from Balvihar. I don't know whether I told you about that. Swamiji, why do we need to learn these difficult slokas? In Balvihar, they insist me. Why do we need to learn these difficult slokas? So I said, you see, you've seen your parent, your father or mother or your brother going to gym. And when they go to gym, they will take heavy weight, right? Heavy weight. I asked that boy, are they going to become heavyweight champions? To take that heavy weight. Why do they take that heavy weight? So when we get used to taking heavy weight, when on a daily basis you have to move a table or something else, your body would not become tired. Because it has already had trained itself to take the strain of holding or lifting something heavy. Right? In the same way, when we do hard things, even little things that we do everyday life will become so easy. If you never attempt to do hard things, even simple thing will become hard. So in the, when teaching mathematics, that the teacher will give hard, very hard questions, very difficult ones. and train you to think in that way, so that when it comes to exam, even simple solution, even simple math, you don't need to worry about it. In the same way, in our life, what is hard, we should exert more to achieve it. Then simple tasks in life will become very easy. Vedanta bahut katin hai bhai. To understand Vedanta, very difficult. Better do it, because life is more harder than that. Life is more difficult than Vedanta, actually. If you are able to tune yourself to learn the correct understanding, then you don't have any misunderstanding with people. But here what is saying? Yata anjasa ajnana param. Ajnanam aparam. Aparava aridim. Sukam tarishyami. Where I will cross over easily, quickly. Anjasa means, anja means gatihi, vilambanam, va. Nashayati. Syati means nashayati. Anja sa means vilambanam nashayati iti anjasa. That's the meaning. So any kind of obstacles can be destroyed, to be destroyed. That you please teach me. Tada anushadima. Please teach me that. So here, the verse number 6. Shrutva ta saumitri vacho kilam tada. Praha prapannartihara prasannadi. Vijnanam ajnanatama prashantaye. Shruti prapannam kshidipala bhushanah. Ata saumitri vachaha akilam shrutva. Having listened to the words of Sumitra Putraha. Saumitri vachaha akilam shrutva tada then praha. Who said this? Prasannadihi. Bhagavan, who is always pleasant. Prasanna means pleasant. Prasannadihi. Prasanna means sad in Sanskrit means to sit. Sad, sidati. Sanna, sat. Prasanna, well seated. Very placid, quiet, peaceful, composed, tranquil. That is the state of mind. Prasannati. Prasanna buddhi. Prasannadihi kshidipala bhushanaha. Kshidi bhumi. Palanam rakshanam. So one who is the protector of the bhumi, the earth, the land. In that he is bhushana. He is so he is the one who is very decorated, very well decorated for the very nature of himself being the protector of the world. To that very Lakshmana, who is asked this question, and Lakshmana is he. Who is he? Prapanna Arti Haraha. Bhagavan, who is the destroyer of Prapannanam Arti Haraha. Prapannanam Kashtaharaha. One who is the destroyer of those who have surrendered to him. Vijnanam Ajnanam Ajnanatama Prashantaye. Praha. Vijnanam Praha. He gave this knowledge, Vijnanam. What is that Jnanam? Vijnanam Ajnanatama Prashantaye. That is meant for removal of the darkness of ignorance. To whom? Shruti Prapannam. One who has resorted to Shravanam. So when you reach your own guru, that Guru will be most pleased only when there is eagerness to listen on the part of the student. If that Shravanarthi, one who has the artha, Shravanarthi means one who is seeking for the Shravanam. Shravanartham, one who is, Arthin means one who is seeking. So that seeking for knowledge, if it is there, that will make the teacher most pleasant. Otherwise, what happens is we go to Guru, we do all things except listening to. Okay, see the very word Shushrusha, very interesting word, Shushrusha. You know what is Shushrusha means? In many of the language, Shushrusha means doing some seva. Shushrusha means Shrotumichu Shushrushuhu. One who has great desire to listen. He is called Shushrushu. And with that desire to listen to the advice of the teacher, if a person goes to the teacher and does the seva, then he is doing Shushrusha. I know what is happening. So much time with this. Camera goes off again and again. Anyway, your ears are open. My mouth is open. That's all. That's all we need. So, this Lakshmana is Shruti Prapannaha. Shrutaye Prapannaha. One who is, for the sake of listening, he had surrendered to the lotus feet of the teacher, Rama here. So, to that Lakshmana, now you see, Vijnanam, knowledge, must be imparted by a teacher. And the knowledge is fresh. Knowledge is always fresh. Why do I say that? Because knowledge is always about that which you don't know. Correct? What is the gaining of knowledge means? What I do not know, I want to know from the correct source. That is what is called knowledge. Knowledge is not a repetition. No, I tried the other application. There is no other application running. Let me see here. There's no other application actually running. This Microsoft is the problem. They are trying to force me to use Skype or something. There's a problem with these guys. I don't know how to get rid of that. So what happens is it opens up Skype along with the Microsoft, and then it forcing me to quit. A competitive world. I don't know how to get rid of this guy. Again, I don't know. Let us see next time. Now I'll just continue this. Yeah, I know. It's the forcing me to open Skype or something like that. That doesn't matter. So, Vijnanam His knowledge is that which is to reveal to us what we do not know. Why I'm saying this is Anuvadam na pramanam. Please understand this. Repetition is not knowledge. Jnanasya pramanam na anuvadam. By repeating a thing, you not get the knowledge. See, it is always said, no, repetition makes a person perfect. Perfection comes out of repetition. But repetition never gives you new understanding. So you keep on repeating a thing. Do you get a new knowledge out of that? That is why the difference between abhyasa and swabhava. ज्ञान का अभ्यास करना चाहिए. Jnana abhyas means what is it? See, like a person who is drinking coffee and he drinks everyday coffee. Do you think he would say, if nowadays what I'm doing is coffee abhyas? Coffee abhyas. It's swabhava bhai, not abhyas. Every day you do the same thing. It doesn't give you any kind of new understanding. Whereas, you know, our doctors, sorry if there are doctors in this, I know there are doctors, they practice on us. You see, that's why are you practicing law? Are you practicing medicine? Meaning what? They practice all medicine on us. And then they will know what works and what doesn't work. They practice law on us. So, yeah, I know, but this is some other application like Microsoft is not even closing that application. It is just keeping it on, and that's it. That's what it is. It just cuts it off. I don't know why. New things. Also, phone to dial the video for if you want to avoid these issues. Many suggestions are there now. So, Vijnanam, that Vijnanam is na anuvadam. See, Ajnana Jnapakatvam Pramanam. That is what is called Ajnana Jnapakatvam. See, we don't see, it's interesting, I'll tell you. One day I was in somebody's house and she was making some food. And she gave me the food. And while I was eating, suddenly there was a big sound in the kitchen. I said, what happened? Oh, Swamiji, nothing, don't worry. I know what happened, there is a sound. No, nothing, Swamiji, you just eat. Okay. My curious mind, you know, after I ate and finished and went to the kitchen and said, what happened here? Swamiji, there was another dish I prepared. It didn't have the blessings of you. It fell down my hand, fell off my hand. Yeah, that's what happened. What is the dish? No, Swamiji, forget it. You tell me what is that dish? No, Swamiji, forget it. I told her, if I have to forget, you have to tell me what I have to forget. Without telling me forget it means what should I forget? See, the same way, before we studied Vedanta, did we know that we have forgotten Paramatma? Atma Vismruti, we remember? We know? In the school or anywhere else, they tell you that you have forgotten yourself? So, Agyan jo hai, what is Agyan? Atma Vismruti hi Agyan. Correct or not? Non-remembering, not knowing that I am the self is Agyan. Agyan is not that I am not the self. I don't know the self. I forgot myself. So what is the role of jnanam here? We have to, jnanam is to teach us what we have forgotten. Jnapakartam jnanam. So that is called vijnana. Ajnana nashakam. That is what is to be taught. So this point should be clear in your mind. Anuvadam na pramanam. By merely repeating a thing over and over again, you will not get any new knowledge. And important thing is jnapakartam jnanam, atmajnana. To remind us again what we are, who we are. Now Bhagavan Rama teaches Lakshman. Now tell me, I'm going to tell you how to proceed in that direction. What? We read the verse number 7 here. Ado swavarnashtama varnita kriyaha krutva samasadida shuddha manasaha samabhya tatpurvamupatta sadanaha samashrayet sadgurumatma labdhaye. Adav, to begin with, first of all, swavarna ashrama varnitaha kriyaha krutva. Krutva, having completed your work, which are enjoined with respect to your varna and ashrama. Your varna and ashrama. Varna here means the category of person you are, what you are qualified to do. Then which stage of life you are. If you are a brahmachari, then you do your brahmacharya karma, study, swadhyaya, tapaha, related to swadhyaya. Then grihastha, then those duties. Then vanaprastha, then you are those duties. So swa varna ashrama varnitaha kriyaha kritva. And even those actions that you are doing must be for what purpose? Samyak asadida shuddha manasa. Having gained shuddha mana. A person who has gained shuddha mana. What is that shuddha mana? Purity of mind. Why the karma has to be done? For what purpose? To gain the purity of mind. Swamiji, how do you know that a karma will give me purity? How do I measure the purity? Because we always say, karma yogena manashuddhim kuryat. Chuddha machittashya shuddhaye karma ityadi. But how do we know what makes our mind pure? Or what is this purity of mind? Not getting angry is pure. Kama, krodho, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Not there. Is that what is called purity? How do I measure purity? See, when my shirt is dirty, I put it into the washer or I wash myself and it becomes clean. Correct? So clean shirt or linen in your bed, clean linen. When you put it for washing and bring it out, how long it will become clean? Until you make it dirty again. Isn't it? But manashuddhi is that where it becomes immune to impurities. That is called manashuddhi. It is not keeping on cleaning and again getting dirty. That is not called purity of mind. Swamiji, I get angry every day, but at the end of the day, I lose all my anger. That is called purity of mind. Or I do all sinful things throughout the week and then go to church and then tell Bhavan, so I did all these things, you please forgive me. Pure. Is that purity of? No. Purity of mind is that where impurities cannot touch it. That is the purity of mind. So, dharma yukta karma sadhanam bahihi karma antaha shuddhi. That should be the goal. Karma karte hue, while performing the action in the world outside, the mind which is within should have no impure, selfish agenda in that action. Uska naam hai chitta shuddhi. Mind becomes pure by not by action, by the intention. So here, samas, samyak asadita, well collected, well obtained, shuddha manasaha, purvam samapya, having obtained that purity of mind, then upatta sadhanaha, then also obtained all the upatta sadhana. What is called upatta sadhana? Sadhana chatushtayaha. Shama, Dhamma, Uparati, Tidiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan. Then preceded by Viveka, Vairagya, followed by Mumukshutvam. Now you see, Shama is control of the mind. We know that. Mano Nigrahanam Shamaha. Indriya Nigrahanam Damaha. So some people ask this question. If Shama and Dhamma are done, what is the need for Uparati? What is Uparati? Uparati is Karmani na adiruchihi. That is called Uparati. The mind is not too interested to do actions. Oh, Swamiji, I'm anyway lazy. Am I Uparati? No, you are alsi. Alasyam na Uparati. Doing lazy is not there where the desire is not there to engage in action. Therefore, mind is not interested in action, but at the same time, mind is interested in contemplation. That you should be understand. Not mind is not interested in action. What do you do? Sleep. Then it's not Uparati. See, Upa word means Samipa. Upa Samipe Ratihi. Meaning what? Reveling in the self, because of which there is absence of desire in engaging in action. Aisa man. You should understand that way. Then Shraddha. Shraddha is Buddhi Abhimana Rahityam. See, faith is a very peculiar thing. Everybody has faith. Yoya Shraddha Sayevasa, Bhagavan says in Gita. Wherever is your faith is, there is your mind. If your faith is in money, then mind will be on money only. If your faith is in something else, then mind will be in that one. Yoya Shraddha Sayevasa. Shraddha. So, what does it mean? Shraddha hai. Sabke paas shraddha hai. But kisme shraddha hai? And all things that we do in our life out of faith, whichever be the faith, is because we have faith in what we know. Right? I know what a profession I've taken. I have Shraddha in that, because that will give me wealth, money, name, position, this and that. Shastreshu Shastra Visheshu Shraddha, Guru Vakyeshu Shraddha, that is the Shraddha which is not on the Buddhi. It is on Shruti. So when we take too much of, when we trust our intellect too much, we go into dangerous paths. Our buddhi, no doubt, gains knowledge, but it is always should be submissive to the Guru and the Shastra. Because what you know is always limited. So the words of the scriptures and teacher can always make you grow better only when you know that you cannot too much trust your buddhi. And you must always believe that what I don't know is so vast. I must be ready for it. That is Shraddha. So now you see, many people say that this control of the mind, control of the senses, all these, are they Bahiranga sadhana or Antaranga sadhana? They are things to be disciplined, to be done externally or internally. Actually, Shama, Dama, Uparati, Tidiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana, ye sab Bahiranga sadhana hai. Bahi anga. Why Bahiranga sadhana? Atma ज्ञान का वो सब उपकारी. They are all only supporting aspects of Atma Jnana. Correct? By control of the mind, control of the senses, etc., you're not going to gain jnanam. That's why somebody asked me this question. There was Balviyar child. Swamiji, is it not Ravana did lot of tapas? Yes. Why he became evil? Because tapas means, you are already doing something great. I said, how having done so much of tapas, he became evil? I said, he was doing tapas on evil only. So if you are doing very concentration, you're doing great concentration, you're doing. That doesn't mean that because you are doing concentrated effort, that doesn't mean you become you become a good person. That doesn't happen. Just because you are very one-pointedly doing something does not mean you are a good person. Our Gurudev used to say, you must learn from the pickpocketer in Madras bus, Chennai bus. Very efficient, extremely concentrated. Once he located the purse, the wallet, his mind will not waver at all. Ekagrata chintanam. He will go behind that person, making sure every movement of that person is noticed, and slowly he will cut the back portion and remove the purse without you ever knowing it. Extreme concentration. Do you think that is going to make him a jnani? Or even, tiger and other such animals, they are alert about their prey. How carefully they move and how, like what you call precision, like a surgical attack. Go and hit that target and come back. Do you think that is jnanam? Shraddha, so Shama, Dama, Uparati, Tidiksha, Shraddha, Samadhan, ye sab jnaan ka upakari. Upakar sadhana. They help in jnana, not they are jnana. Therefore, ye sab bahiranga sadhanani. What is antaranga sadhana then? Shravanam, mananam, tada nididhyasana. This is what is called antaranga sadhana. These are all the only things which can be considered as inner disciplines. That's why he says, upatta sadhanaha samapya, tat purvam upatta sadhanaha, then samashrayet, take shelter in whom what? Sadgurum. Then approach the teacher. For what? Atma labdaye. For the obtainment of the self, to know the self. Atma jnana praptyartam sadgurum ashrayet. That is called antaranga sadhana. So now the thing is, why Jnanam is emphasized in the Vedanta? Very important. And why the moksha or realization cannot be obtained through karma? Because we are in the world of karma. Everyone, ask him, how are you? Very busy. Swamiji, very busy. Everybody's. And there is very, very proudly they say, I'm very busy, Swami. Busyness. My busyness is being too busy only. And if somebody is not doing anything, what business you're doing? No, I'm not busy. So no business. So when they see the sadhus and all, so relaxed, they are so useless. What do you mean? We get agitated like you, restless. Now, kriya or karma, what are the limitations of karma? Now you see in the verse number 8. Kriya sharirod heturadhrita. Priya priyauto bhavata suraginah. Dharme taro tatra punah shariragam. Punah kriya chakravadiryate bhavah. Kriya means karma here. Sharira udbhava hetuhu. Kriya adrita sharira udbhava hetuhu. Adrita is considered as what? Sharira udbhava hetuhu. It is the cause of the body. Cause of the body, cause of our birth. Shari karmana jayate lokaha jantavascha. All the beings and the worlds are created by karma only. Our Guruji once said, whenever I go, wherever I go to any center, first thing they welcome me. Purnakum. Na karmana na prajayadani na tyage neke amritatvama na shahu ityadi. What does that mean? That supreme moksha cannot be gained through karma. Na karmana, na prajaya, not by people. Na dhanena, not by wealth. All that. So, okay. So after having done the, upachara, then Guruji said that when I sit down, how is it everything going on in your center? Swamiji, no activity happening, no people are coming. We have problem in fundraiser. Abhi to bataya aapne, na karmana, na prajaya, na dhane. The moment when I came, you said, for the absolute liberation, you don't need karma. You don't need praja, people. You need dhanam, no need dhanam. Now what are you complaining? Karma nahi hai, praja nahi hai, dhanam nahi. But tyage ne ke amrutatva manch. So what is the nature of karma? Karma sharira udbhava karanam hetuhu. Now when you do karma, obviously there is always categorization. I like to do, I don't like to do. Priya, apriya. Likes and dislikes naturally comes. Is it not Bhagavan also said in Gita that Raga Dvesho Vyavastitau Tayor Navasham Na Agache Tau Yasya Paripantino. Any activity you take up, there is always Raga and Dvesha, Priya and Apriya. Priya priyau tau bhavatah suraginah. Suraginah, meaning one who is so attached to his own action. Suraginah, bhavatah. What? Priya apriyau. The likes and dislikes naturally come when you have attached to any work. Now, many people say, Swamiji, volunteering is what? Karma yoga, right? Yeah, karma yoga, all right. But how do you test that it is a karma yoga or not? Let us say one of your volunteers is appointed to or asked to serve in the bookshop. After some time, you tell that person, enough, you don't do the bookshop work anymore. You do probably, take care of gardening. Oh, what do you mean? No, no way. I am only going to do bookshop work. No, I cannot go and do it. Then it is called karma asakti. Then it is not volunteering. Meaning, it is not a seva then. Seva means you don't ask what work you do. Karma pradhan nahi, seva pradhan hona chahiye. What karma you are doing, that is not important. For what purpose you are doing, that is important. So you take that person from one to another, you'll be very agitated. That means what? Karma sakti, priya, everything is there. So even in the so-called volunteering, there also you have so much of asakti, then what to talk of the worldly things? Definitely there is ragatvesh. Priya apriyo tau bhavatah suraginah. And even as you are doing the work in the world, then always there is a question of dharma and adharma. Dharme tarau tatra punasharirakam. So based upon whether you have done a punya karma or papa karma, there is always, based upon what you did, whether it's punya, based upon that phalam. Then it is papa, then there is a phalam for that also, result. Based upon the result, punasharirakam. Again birth. To enjoy the result or experience the result of your actions. Punakriya, again action. Punasharirakam. Chakravadiya iryade punah. Chakravat iryade punah. Again and again and again, karma will only prompt more and more and more birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. It keeps one very busy with this. So karma punarjanmana janmasya karanam. It never releases you na mokshasya. Karma na mokshasya karanam. Kadachit. Kadachit na karanam. Never it is karma can release you from bondage. The bondage is in the form of what? Action, likes and dislikes, dharma and adharma, result of action, rebirth, inaction, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jatare, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Iha samsare bahudustha. Again birth, again death, endless days. So where did it all begin? What is the cause of this? Karmasya karmanaha karanam kim? What is the karana for karma? Next verse. Ajnanamevasya hi moola karanam. Tadhanamevatra vidau vidiyate. vidyeva tannasha vidau patiyasi na karma tajjam savirodamiritam asya samsarasya chakravat iryas chakravat vartade tat samsarasya moola karanam ajnanameva. Ajnan. See, ajnan, we should understand very clearly. Not knowing is not ignorance. Not acknowledging is ignorance. You see, are you there? If I ask you, what is your answer? Those who are awake will answer, correct? Those who are not awake, what will they say? They'll keep quiet. Even though they are there, they cannot acknowledge. How many of you are not here? Raise your hand. So those who are not there also cannot acknowledge. Those who are there but not listening to this also cannot acknowledge. Now you see, when I say you, what are you understanding as you? So obviously I so and so. Are you there? When I ask, I as so and so am there. When you qualify the I, that is not acknowledging. What I am acknowledging is I as so and so, this body. Are you there? As a body, I am. Or as a mind, I am. As a buddhi, I am. But do you acknowledge yourself as I am the self? Beyond the body, mind, and intellect? If you don't acknowledge that I am, in spite of or despite of the presence, or whether the presence of body, mind, and intellect is there or not, I am. This realization, if you don't acknowledge, that is ajnana. That ajnanam eva moola karanam. Kasya samsarasya. See, ajnan, now you understand. Ahamasmi sada abhami kadachinnaham apriyaha satchidananda rupoham adam na katam na brahma. What is my nature? Ahamasmi, I am. Sada bhami, I am aware. Kadachit na aham apriyaha, I never am undear to myself. I always love myself, all of us, correct? Now about I am, there is no doubt. I am aware, there is no doubt. But the problem is always, I am not happy. I'm not always happy. In this only the problem people have. I'm always not happy. There is so many things that are making me unhappy. So when I do not acknowledge the fact that I am Ananda, what happens? Sukartim bhavami. I become seeker of happiness. As a sukartihi, what do I become? Kami. Become a man of desire. Kam hua to karma bhi hoga. Understand? First, when I do not complete myself as an Ananda, then there is a need for happiness. The need for happiness called desire. Desire will not keep quiet, it will create karma. And then what what previous verse said? Karma creates lagadvesh. Ragadvesh creates dharma and adharma. Dharma dharma creates rebirth. Rebirth creates bondage. So moola karan kya hai? Not acknowledging that I am Ananda. Ajnanamevasya hi moola karanam tadhanameva. Removal of that eva atra vidau vidyate. Shruti, Shruto, Vidyate. Vidyo means in the Vidhi. In the Shruti, Vidyate is taught. What? Tad Hanam. Ajnanasya Hanam. Ajnanasya Nashanam. And Vidya eva tan Nasha Vidau Patiyasi. Knowledge alone is capable of destroying the Ajnana. Vidya eva tan Nasha Vidau Patiyasi. Patiyasi is excellent, expert, capable. It is therefore the expert is only the Vidya, na karma, not action. Why? Tajam. Oh, Swami dance, tajam, tajam. No, I'm not talking about dance now. Tajam means tajjanitam. What? Karma, ajnana janitam, tasmat. Because the karma is born out of ignorance, a effect can never destroy the cause. Simple logic. Effect can only merge into the cause. The effect cannot destroy the cause. Because it is born out of ajnana, how can that which is born out of ignorance can destroy ignorance? Because as Gurudev would say, effect is nothing but cause in a different form. What is karma? Ajnana in another form. So ajnana being another form, how can it destroy itself? So it cannot destroy. Karma na tan nasha tan nashini bhavati. No, tan nashaka bhavati. So vidya eva tan nashini. So sarva savirodham iritam. Because that alone is a true opposer of ajnana. See, ajnana or in the state of deep sleep, I'm putting you a question, then think about it tomorrow, we'll see. In the sleep, we don't have any problem with the world. Do you consider that is similar to a state where the destruction of ajnana has taken place, whereby there is no more disturbance from the world? Because in sleep also, Sushupti Avastha also, we are not disturbed by the world, nor we disturb the world. We are happy and see, win-win situation. You see that? I am happy and you are happy. So why not we continue that sleep? Ajnana nashana, can it happen in sleep? Because we are suffering ajnana in the waking state. Because of likes and dislikes and this and raga, dvesha and all those. Okay, let me go to state of dream. There also it continues. Go to sleep. No more trouble. Neither for the world, neither from the world, not from the world. Okay. So is it not very appropriate for us? Whenever there is a trouble, go to sleep. Because some people have this funny notion. What is meditation? Close your eyes and just silently sit there. Oh, okay, silent meditation. Arey Baba, that you can do in sleep also. Why sit straight and get yourself strained? Lie down, no? Aram se kar sakte ho. Why you want to strain yourself by sitting up right there? Shivrankaya samsai chirogrivam darya nachalam stira samprikya nasika kamsam dishachana avalokyam prashanta atma vigadavi. Hey, kya hai? If just sitting quietly can remove all your trouble, why do you need to sit down? Just lie down. think. We'll see in the next session. Now, some people have asked question. Vishala had sent me the questions. Let me see here. Vishala. Malaguttal. So, Malaguttala.
Swamiji, we also posted it in the chat.
Okay. Patum Mataraha Uttam Bandar. What is that?
Not that.
Oh,
but,
the one above that, Swamiji.
Okay.
do you want me to read it out, Swamiji?
1 minute. No, it is.
Okay.
You sent me, no? That one?
I did. Yeah, I sent you 2 questions, Swamiji. This question 1 is in the chat box also.
Okay. Okay, let me see here. If kids, young adults who are not exposed to bhakti at an early age learn about Vedanta and identify God as infinite, they question the idol worship and rituals. Do they get to enjoy Advaita experience completely? If not, what is the role, approach of Alvaya teachers in this?
This is a question from Pushpa Vishwanathan, Swamiji.
Okay. All right. Now, the thing is, you're right in saying that, yeah, exposure to Vedanta would make them not to identify with the idol worship. It is not true. Vedanta does not deny the worship of God in any form, really speaking. In fact, Vedanta teaches us this as a very important part of our growth. For even though Vedanta teaches this Nirupadika Tattva Paramatma, no doubt, but Saguna Upasana is an important tool to reach the state of mind that is required for us to meditate on Nirupadika Tattva. It is like, I want to learn medicine. Why should I learn English? English, you have to learn. Then with the help of the English only, you learn other texts or any other language for that matter. Why do I need to learn math if I'm going to do surgery? Later on, I want to become surgeon. Why should I learn math? See, the basic requirements are necessary for you to prepare yourself for a higher understanding. So while teaching Vedanta, do not deny the role of Upasana, Puja, Japa, Mantra, Japa, etc. That's all necessary for preparing the mind. So there is no doubt that a teacher has to take caution while teaching that way. Okay, so if sadhaka's mind convinced of Advaita at a deeper level transiently gets doubts about the practicality of Vedanta and gets tempted to enjoy materialistic life and lead a good life, what is the best method to bring the mind back to steady, less confused state? If he is convinced about Advaita, then why is that practicality of Vedanta is even questioned? If a deeper level understanding has taken place, what is a deeper level of understanding? Jagat bhaditam vastu. Jagat is the false thing. Jagataha astitvam nityatvam nasti. The world of plurality has no reality or permanence. If that is understood, then indulgences, how does it become of any importance to such a person? See, that is why it is said in one place, beautifully Shankaracharya writes, saying that Vairagya should be about mithyatvam of the Jagat. Only when you know the mithyatva, illusoriness of the Jagat, you really get Vairagya. Not just anityatva, temporariness. You know, if says Jagat world is temporary, therefore you should have Vairagya. Then somebody would say, is it temporary? Everything is temporary. Yes. Then I will have temporary happiness. Let me have temporary pleasure. So vairagya is to understand that what you are thinking as the pleasure is only a false notion.
Temporary
If you think it is a temporary, well, let me have a temporary issue, pleasure. No, what's the problem? So Jagat Nitya iti, that way you should understand. Jnanam should lead to Jagataha Mithyatvam, na Anityatvam eva. Not temporariness, it is illusoriness. So that is the reason why teaching should be very carefully done, that Jagat, the world of objects, is not temporary. They are appearances. That's the difference between these two. Okay. Then one will not have the great deviation from Vedanta Jnanam and worldly pleasures, away from Vedanta Jnanam. Okay, what is the other question you have here? Any other further question?
There is one more question in the chat box, Swamiji, from P.S. Shankarji. It says it was mentioned in Sundarkand of Tulsi Rama or Tulsi Ramayana that there were 18 maybe padas or Padma, 18,000 trillions or 18 quadrillions, group leaders in Rama's and Sugriva's army. How is this possible?
So yes, it is Sundarkanda, even Tulsi Ramayana, in the Valmiki Ramayana also there are such mention that there are millions and trillions of the Sugriva's army. So we have to take it with a pinch of salt there, because it's a story, number one. Even if it is understood to be a reality, then we should know that perhaps at that time the number of human beings were less. They were all originally they were only monkeys, more monkeys than human beings at that time, probably. So therefore, it's the monkey kingdom that was going on that time. The human beings are relatively less. Other species are also relatively less. So the most of them are monkeys only. In that way, we can take. Because among the species also, the species that are there now may not be there at that time. They were all monkeys. That way.
Swamiji, I have one more question in the email that came. It's from Gurudat Ji. He says, Hari Om Swamiji, many kids have this question. Ravan has defeated Devas, and the stories say that even Vayu, Agni, Varuna were following his orders. If this was the case, then why didn't Ravan order Agni to extinguish fire that Hanumanji had started?
Very good question. See, when it comes to Dhuta of Bhagavan, none of them can do anything. Because they were afraid of Ravan, but not the same attitude they had with Bhagavan. With Bhagavan, they had love, reverence, adoration. Whereas with Ravana, they had fear. So when Hanumanji went as the Dhuta of the Lord, they supported him and not Ravana. Even though Ravana had the power to control, he realized that when it comes to Bhagavan and me, definitely the Lord is more powerful than me. Even the external the powers are under the first command of the Lord than anybody else. So it is said, Vishasmat Vada Pavade Pishad Udayad Suryaha, Pishad Agnischa Indrascha, Mrityur Dhavati Panchama iti in Taittiriya Upanishad. Agnihi, Indraha, Vayuhu, Yamaha, all of them, first command for them is Ishwaraha, Bhagavan. So even though they are under pressure from Ravana, but when it comes to serving Bhagavan or Bhagavan's devotees, they overtake any other command. They said first Agnya must be according to, first work will be according to Bhagavan's wish. Also remember, they have requested Bhagavan to take the avatar of being a Rama for their purpose only. Is it not? Why did Bhagavan take the avatar of Rama? For their purpose only. So when he is doing that for them, would they not support it? Even if Ravana had to curse us, I don't mind, because Rama is there only for us. We will support him only, not Rama. Even in the process, if Ravana had to punish us, it's okay. Ultimately, Rama has already come, so he will release us.
Right.
So they will support him only. Okay.
Hariom, if
Alright.
anyone have any other questions, it's 9:15. If you have questions, please post it on the link, and tomorrow we can ask Swamiji after the discourse.
Okay, thank you so much. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.
Hariom Swamiji.
Hari Om. I will be back in LA tomorrow, so this problem will not be there. So,
Okay.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you,
okay.
Swamiji. Hariom.
Hari Om.